Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is your host, CryptoSomniac, here to bring you everything crypto related where the rich never sleep. Today's a great day. I got super excited last night looking at the charts. Bitcoin's at new all-time highs, 33.52. We had NEO in at 21 bucks last night before I went to sleep. We sunk a little bit. I want to show you guys, I want to go over some chart analysis basically on two things today. I want to go over OMISEGO. I want to look for a good price point at which to buy in. I'm not someone who likes to chase, so I'm going to go over some of the charts there on that, and I also want to cover NEO because it has been wildly explosive the last few days, and I want to cover over just some good points when to buy, specifically if you're a short-term or a medium-term trader. I think if you're a long-term investor, which I am as well, but I also like to trade on the weekly and monthly. I'm not someone who likes to say day trade per much, but I do trade frequently. I like to find good prices to buy at, so this video is going to be geared more for the short-term and medium-term buyers and prices that you can look to buy in at a really good point because, again, if you're a long-term investor, I think NEO is great. I think this thing is triple digits easy within a year's time. So if you buy yesterday, if you buy tomorrow, if you buy a week from now, it all really doesn't matter. I think NEO is fantastic investment, and I just learned about OMISEGO literally yesterday. I've heard about it, but I didn't really do any research until yesterday, and it's something that I'm looking to buy within the next few days or weeks when the price comes down a little bit. So I'm going to cover some chart analysis on this. Also, I got some requests on one-on-one appointments. You can book here via credit card. Like I said, it's money back guarantee. If I can't help you, I'll refund you a full refund at the end of the session. It's done over Skype, so I can share my screen, go over anything you want, whether it be chart analysis, how to set up a wallet, how to get a client working, whatever it is that you may need help with. And if you want to pay via cryptocurrency, just message me privately in the Facebook group, on Twitter, on Reddit, somehow, YouTube, whatever you prefer, and we'll get that set up, and I'll get some directions set up on how you can do that and have them more visible. I don't have an in-place plan yet on how to accept cryptocurrency. I'm sort of just messaging and working with people one-on-one and sending the cryptocurrency to an address, but I'll get that set up so it's a little bit easier for you guys. Like I said, just message me if you want to pay via cryptocurrency. So on this chart, I pulled up a couple of indicators, and I already set them up, and I cover how to set these all up in my course on Udemy, which you can get right now for just $10. It's available basically early. I'm finishing the course this week and next. I was traveling here to Los Angeles, and I wasn't able to finish the course on time as scheduled, but you can get access to it right now for just $10. If you guys watch this, you guys already know what you get in the course. I won't bore you to death with it, but we got a lot of great students involved. You can get early access to it now. I would highly suggest you take a look at that because it will really help you learn how to set up some of these chart indicators that I'm going to cover here. So the first one I want to cover here is the relative strength index. So right now, the current price is, or the current relative strength indicator is right in the middle at 50, which really isn't indicative of much. Usually we like to sell when it's too high. This is an indicator of basically how overbought or oversold something is. Over here indicates that it was a little bit overbought. And then you can see sort of the price decrease after that. Again, over here, a little bit of a decrease here. Now, OMISEGO has been hot, and these indicators aren't really the best. Normally, I like to see a bigger drop when the RSI hits over 80. And it's, what can I say? What I like to do is I really like to stack 3 or 4 chart indicators in one, paired with maybe some news coming out, and really make a decision off 3 or 4 indicators. So, I don't just see this and go, oh, this is overbought, and then, sell or short my OMISEGO and then expect, to win on that trade. I like to stack a couple things. So I pulled up a lot of indicators here, but this is really an indicator of how overbought or oversold something is. And again, right now we're sort of in the middle, so this doesn't really help me a whole lot. We have the MACD, which shows volume and basically trend reversal of basically the movement in the cryptocurrency here. Again, this is OMISEGO over Bitcoin, and I have a 2-hour window here pulled up. Again, OMISEGO is relatively new, so looking at some of the larger candles, such as 1 day or 2 days, doesn't really give us a whole lot of data. I can't really analyze that. I mean, even 1 hour might be a little bit better. I'm going to leave it at 2 hours for now, though. And so this sort of shows trend reversal. So when the blue crosses the red here, we sort of have basically a little bit of an indicator that things are dropping off. And OMISEGO looks like it's sort of topping out. We can also see that here I have a couple of indicators here called moving average crosses. And they're basically, I have 3 lines here, a 66-day moving average. The orange is an 18-day moving average, or an 18-candle moving average, sorry, not a day. And we have the 6-candle moving average. The red is pretty tight and close to the actual line of the graph. And then we have the green. And basically the green, I have crosses set up every time the 18-day, or the 18 candles cross the 16 candles, there's a purple cross there, which are really pivotal points basically of intersection, where we have sort of these large trend reversals or buy reversals or sell reversals, whatever you want to call them. And it looks like we're actually getting pretty close to one here at the top. It looks like we're starting to level out, and we might see this green cross below the red or the orange. And once it does, that's kind of an indicator that things are going to go down. So I really wouldn't look to chase OMISEGO if you're not in it already. Again, if you're a long-term investor, it's all right to buy in now. You can buy in today, tomorrow. I'm someone who likes to shop a little bit. You know, I spend all day in these charts, so I look for steals. So I'm gonna wait and be patient. If you're a long-term investor, go ahead and buy OMISEGO. I think it's great from what I read so far. I'm looking to move some of my position from Humanic, which is another basically cryptocurrency that is for the unbanked and trying to connect the unbanked people of the world. And I want to move some of it into OMISEGO because I really like what they're doing. Again, I have another chart down here, which is basically, it's not the most helpful. It's a volume oscillator, so it really just shows the amount of volume being traded. So most action from this chart actually typically happens at the bottom or the tops of these peaks. So here we have a peak, and then we see a lot of buying. We have another peak here, and it drops off. So you kind of want to buy or sell at the peaks or the dips of these. Basically what it says is that there is, not a lot of volume being traded or a lot of volume being traded. And you want to kind of ride one of these waves, whether it be up or down. If you're shorting, you might want to ride it and watch the price decrease like over here. And if you're looking for an increase, maybe you want to ride it and get in, here and ride the wave. Basically, what this chart says is if you're at zero and you're kind of in the middle and you don't have a lot of volume being traded, either way, it's kind of not an optimal time to get in and trade. You want to get in at either the bottoms or the peak or the dips, sorry, because you want to ride a wave in one direction or the other. If you're looking to short it, you want to ride that full wave to the bottom. If you're looking to go long, you want to ride that whole wave up to the top. You don't really want to get in the middle of a wave. So if you can see this here, we have basically, if you look this peak to this peak, it's an indicator of basically this whole little cycle right here. Now, if you were to get in here and short this, you would miss out on all that shorting that took place prior to it. So you want to get in at the beginning of a peak. We can analyze sort of another one of these little cycles. Let's go from this one to this one. We see this little jump here in price from here to here. We have this little cycle right here, and it sort of follows this volume right here from there to there. You can see that there to there. So it wouldn't be, the best time to buy in there, right in the middle of the slide in volume. You want to get in sort of right here at a peak, because you're going to be able to ride a whole wave, and then you can look to change positions, buy or sell at the bottoms of these peaks. And again, this is just one indicator. I don't use just one. I like to stack a couple of things. So for instance, right now, it looks like we're bottoming out. We're seeing a little bit of trend reversal perhaps here, even in here. Perhaps this, like I said, this moving average is catching up to these other ones. The RSI doesn't really tell me a whole lot right now. It's kind of dead smack in the middle, so that's not really informative. So I'm going to hold off on buying OMISEGO. It does not look like, I don't like to ride waves. This is pretty high. We could even throw a Fibonacci retracement on here, and let's just go from the bottom to the top here. And we like to buy anywhere past this 61.8 range. So ideally, I want to queue in somewhere right here. And that's a price of 0.00666322. Let's throw some text on there. I want to queue at, what was that? That was a price of 0.006723. That would be one price that I would look to queue in at. That's going to be a price that I look at over the next couple of days. Right now we're at 0.0009. So I want to see some pullback in OMISEGO before I go ahead and buy. So again, if you want to learn how to set these charts up in more detail, head over to my course on Udemy. Book an appointment with me one-on-one. I accept credit card payments now, or you can message me if you want to pay via cryptocurrency. I want to also cover Ant Shares or NEO. I guess I should really start calling it NEO. It just finished rebranding. It looked like on Bittrex last night. I think when I was looking at it on Bittrex, I saw... Oh, I forgot actually. I looked at this as well last night. Now, NEO has very little history on Coinigy because it just switched over basically on Bittrex last night to NEO. So if we looked at... I was looking at Ant Shares last night and I was going, what the heck is going on? I saw these really flat lines and this big drop off, and I was looking at it and I was going, what is going on? Like, this is not normal. And then I realized Bittrex had officially rebranded to NEO. So this is all in anticipation of the full upgrade that's supposed to happen by the 8th. Their website is supposed to be up and loaded. And I covered this all in a couple videos, and I told you guys to get in on NEO a while back. We had been covering NEO since, I think, down here at this dip here. I had been talking about $5-6 would be a good time to get in. And if you got in, you've already accumulated a huge gain. And I actually do not think we're completely done riding up this wave. I think from right here, you can see these moving averages here are, this green still has some more to catch up before we see a little bit of pullback. And I think we're going to see some good stuff in the next couple of days. The rebranding isn't supposed to finish until tomorrow, the 8th. You're going to see the website up. I think it's going to make a lot of people happy. Again, if you're a long-term investor, NEO is fantastic. Buy it today, buy it yesterday, buy it tomorrow. It doesn't matter. But if you're looking to trade a little bit, I think right now it's a little risky to be buying in right now. I think you are going to see some pullback. I do think you'll see it go up a little bit more before that pullback happens. We could cross $20 again, 21, 22, 23. But I think we will pull back. I think we'll pull back into that 10 to 15 range somewhere and stabilize in there. We sort of created... When we had this huge rise here, we went up into the $15 mark, and then we shot back down and we held steady in the 5s. You need to sort of blow past these numbers right here, which we are. We're passing these old all-time highs and creating sort of this new set line. And it'll pull back probably into this range somewhere here, and it'll hold steady in the 10 to 15, maybe the $15 range. So if I come back to NEO on on Coinigy here, I'm going to have to reduce these candles to say 5 minutes to have any real resemblance of some data. And what I'm looking at right now is we're seeing a little bit of pullback, but this is such a small window with 5-minute candles. I think that this can be a little bit difficult to read. I'd like to see some more data populated before I make any analysis on the actual chart itself. But as far as investing goes, like I said, I think you should wait a little bit on NEO. I think you will see it pull back. I think it's a fantastic investment long term, and I'm looking to acquire more and more as I continue to earn money. Basically, I love to invest and widen my portfolio and buy on some of these dips. So keep an eye on it. I'll be covering this probably over the next couple of weeks, and as things continue to grow here and expand with NEO, I'm really looking forward to the website coming out later today or tomorrow, whenever they plan to release that. Some other thoughts on the market. We have passed the $115 billion cap that we were sort of stuck at, and that is great news. That is really great news all around. So I want to tighten this window just to the last couple months. We were sort of capped at the $115 billion mark. We had bounced off it a number of times, and if this information will load right here, 115 right here, 115 there again, 115 right there, a little bit right there again, and now we are at new all-time highs, 117 billion. So we passed through a really pivotal resistance level right here at the $115 mark, $115 billion mark. I think we are set to see new all-time highs, basically. I think we're going to soar. I don't really know where it's going to end, but it's great that we passed it, and we can sort of basically create new levels of resistance. And we'll be curious to see where they end up at. I think we're going to see bullish runs up until the potential hard fork in November. And I'm going to cover a lot more information on that because we could sort of anticipate when we might want to short the market in the next couple months. I think we're on a very bullish run, and I'd be looking to accumulate right now. I wouldn't look to short a whole lot. I think it's a little bit tricky. There are good points and good price points in which you can buy, which I would look for. I would shop around, like I mentioned with OMISEGO. I would wait a little bit, but overall, the market trend is up. So if you're watching this video and you're not someone who trades a lot, go ahead and buy now. I think you're good for the next couple of months. I also want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin's dominance. After the split, I think a lot of people accumulated some Bitcoin so they could get their Bitcoin Cash for free. And then a lot of people are going back to the altcoins. A lot of the altcoins are picking up steam right now, which is good to see. We're seeing the explosive growth in Neo. We're seeing Ethereum go back up in price. We have Bitcoin Cash. Now, I am super disappointed. I wanted to create a video a couple days ago on Bitcoin Cash when we were in like the $250 range, weren't we? Let me double check just to confirm. So we were down at 225. We went down to 200 right here. I was telling my friend, I had a conversation with him the other day. I was saying, yo, I think it's a great time to get into Bitcoin Cash. Fear. We're at the bottom. It just looked like a great time. Let me pull it up on Coinigy. BC, I forget what it is. BCC, Bitcoin Cash, BCC. If you look at it, we had we started out here, we went up, huge explosive growth, all the discrepancies with the exchanges, which ones were carrying it, which ones weren't. We had major price differences across all the exchanges, and then we shot back down. We even dipped past, the opening price over there. And now we're sort of going back up. And I was like, hey, this is a great time. I was considering making a video on Bitcoin Cash, and my friend convinced me not to. And, I didn't actually accumulate any more Bitcoin Cash myself, but I thought it was a great time. I was going to make a video telling you guys to get in. I should have just went with my gut. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy when people are in fear and sell when other people are greedy. When the prices are going up, that's when you want to sell. You want to get out now. When the prices are down here in the dirt, that's when you want to get in. And I should have made a video covering this. I really should have just went with my gut because I thought it was a good time to get back into Bitcoin Cash. And I know you would have made $120 for every Bitcoin Cash you bought, when it was down here at 200. So just something to keep an eye on. And I think I have varying opinions on Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin. I think both are here to stay, like Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. I don't think Bitcoin Cash will ever be what Bitcoin is, but I do think it will continue to rise in price. I cover that in some of my other videos, so I won't bore you to death. But again, if you haven't checked out my course over on Udemy, if you're new to this, great place to get started and learn everything that you need to know. You can book one-on-one appointments with me here on Setmore. I have all of these links in the descriptions of the videos below. Check it out. You can also join the Facebook group. We got a great community here, guys, and it's growing really quickly, and it provides me with a lot of great insight. I was keeping an eye on OMISEGO as I was traveling across the country the past couple of days, so it was great to stay in touch. So check this out. Join the group if you're not a member already. Hit the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate all the support from you guys. And I'm basically doing this full time. I left the job at home to come out here in Los Angeles and be dedicated to this full time. So any questions you guys have, I'm working on a lot of stuff, such as a website for you guys and a lot of great information that's going to come out. I don't want to spoil the news too early before it comes to fruition. But subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're making videos here every day. Hit the like button. Give this video a thumbs up. Just lets other people know in the community that it was worth watching. And as well, consider becoming a Patreon of this channel if you'd like. It's a way to pledge money to the channel to support basically the growth of this. I invest everything that I make at the moment back into the channel to help spread the information and inform as many people as we can. It's great to see cryptocurrency growing. I have convinced many of my friends to get on board, and it's really just a gap in knowledge. As soon as you're able to understand something, you become a little bit more comfortable with it. Just imagine the first time you heard cryptocurrency and tried to explain it to a friend, and it probably came off a little bit odd. The person's never heard of it, never understood it, and it's that gap, and we have to bridge that gap, and that's my job, is to help people understand what it is, and it's not something fishy or it's not something that's fake. This is real. This can change the future blockchain technology, and I really enjoy talking about it and getting people to understand. Because once they understand and they have a little bit of power and a little bit of say and some skin in the game, that's when they start to do some of their own research and dig further down. And I just want to spread this message to as many people as possible. So you may consider becoming a Patreon of the channel. As always, the donation links are below, and they're greatly appreciated. Lastly, go ahead and share this video on Facebook or Twitter to be eligible for the cryptocurrency giveaway. I'll be doing that each Sunday during my weekly digest. So you can come in here, share any of the videos this week here that I have posted. Right here was my last one. You can retweet them on Twitter over on Sam_Capizzi. We have a interesting group of followers here. So just give this a retweet or a share and you'll be eligible for the cryptocurrency giveaway. So until next time, guys, everyone, stay a crypto somniac, because the rich, we just don't have time to sleep. Until next time.